You meet someone new. They seem amazing at first, but a few weeks in, you start to notice things. They're struggling with something deep. Maybe it's their past. Maybe it's their emotions. Maybe it's just life. And you think, here we go again. If this keeps happening to you, there's something going on beneath the surface. And it's not what most people think. Let's talk about what's really happening. First, let's clear something up. When we say broken, we're really talking about people who are emotionally unavailable, healing from something, or not quite ready for a healthy relationship. Everyone has struggles, but there's a difference between someone working through their stuff in a healthy way and someone who pulls you into their chaos. If you keep attracting the second type, it's worth asking why. Here's the thing. You're probably not unlucky, and you're not cursed. You might be unconsciously drawn to a specific type of person. Psychologists call this a pattern, and patterns usually start somewhere. Often they start in childhood. If you grew up around someone who was emotionally inconsistent, unpredictable, or hard to reach, your brain learned something. It learned that love requires effort, that closeness means working hard to earn someone's attention, that you have to prove your worth to be cared for. So now, as an adult, when you meet someone emotionally available and stable, it might feel boring, or too easy, or even unsafe because it's unfamiliar. Your nervous system doesn't recognize it as love. But when you meet someone who's distant or struggling or unpredictable, that feels like home. Not because it's good for you, but because it's familiar. Your brain says, oh, I know this feeling. This is what connection feels like. And without realizing it, you lean in. There's also another layer to this. If you're someone who's naturally empathetic and caring, you might feel a pull toward people who need help. It's not a bad thing to care, but sometimes caring can turn into fixing, and fixing can become your role in the relationship. When that happens, the relationship isn't built on balance. It's built on need. They need you to help them, and you need to be needed. This is where it gets tricky, because being needed can feel like being loved. It can feel like you matter, like you have purpose. But if someone only wants you around because you're helping them survive, that's not the same as being chosen for who you are. And deep down, you probably feel that difference. Let's pause for a second. If you're recognizing yourself in this, that's okay. It doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It just means you're human, and you're probably someone with a big heart. The goal isn't to blame yourself. The goal is just to see the pattern clearly. Now, here's something important. Attracting someone who's going through a hard time doesn't automatically mean the relationship is doomed. People heal, people grow. But there's a difference between supporting someone who's actively working on themselves and being with someone who expects you to carry their emotional weight. One is partnership, the other is exhausting. So how do you know the difference? Ask yourself this. Is this person taking responsibility for their healing? Are they in therapy, reading, reflecting, trying to grow? Or are they just venting to you, depending on you, and staying stuck? Do they see you as a partner or as an emotional crutch? Do you feel energized by the relationship or drained? These questions matter. Here's another angle. Sometimes we're drawn to broken people because we're avoiding our own stuff. If you're always focused on someone else's problems, you don't have to look at your own. If you're busy fixing them, you don't have time to feel your own pain. It's a distraction. And sometimes it's easier to heal someone else than to heal yourself. But that doesn't work long term, because eventually you'll burn out and the relationship will fall apart. So what changes this pattern? It starts with awareness. You're already halfway there just by watching this. The next step is to notice when the pattern shows up. When you feel that pull towards someone who's emotionally unavailable, just notice it. You don't have to act on it. You don't have to shame yourself for feeling it. Just notice. Then, start asking yourself what you actually need in a relationship. Not what feels familiar, not what feels dramatic or intense, but what actually makes you feel safe, seen, and valued. Write it down if that helps. Get clear on it, because once you know what healthy love looks like for you, it's easier to recognize when something isn't that. And here's the hard part. You might need to let go of the idea that love has to be hard, that it has to hurt a little to be real, that you have to earn it, because none of that is true. Real love doesn't require you to shrink, fix, or exhaust yourself. It's allowed to feel peaceful. It's allowed to feel steady. It's allowed to feel easy. This doesn't mean you'll never be attracted to someone who's struggling again, but it does mean you'll have a choice. You'll be able to pause and ask, is this person good for me? Or does this just feel familiar? And that pause changes everything. One more thing. If you've been the person always attracting broken partners, there's a chance you've been judging yourself for it. Maybe you've wondered what's wrong with you, why you can't just pick someone healthy. But here's the truth. You're not broken either. You're just repeating what you learned. And now that you see it, you can unlearn it. Healing this pattern takes time. It takes self-compassion. And honestly, it might take support. Whether that's therapy, journaling, or just talking to people who get it. But it's absolutely possible. You're not stuck here forever. So if this resonated with you, just sit with it for a moment. You don't have to fix everything today. You don't have to have all the answers. Just notice. Be gentle with yourself. And start paying attention to what feels good, not just what feels familiar. If this video helped you see something new, consider subscribing. There's a lot more where this came from. And if you want to keep exploring this, there's another video on how to break people-pleasing patterns that might be helpful too. Take care of yourself. You're more aware than you think.